Okay, hello, greetings, welcome everyone. Okay, so this next topic is meditation posture. How should you sit when you meditate, or stand, or walk, or lay? What posture should you use? Now, initially, the most comfortable one is the correct one. Whatever allows you to release your mind without the body being an obstacle. So if you take any posture and it's uncomfortable, you're binding yourself to the body and you're not generating any form of release. So for the beginner, the right posture is the most relaxed posture. Now the only rule for this is that your spine is straight and self-supporting along the vertical axis. So if you're sitting in a chair, find yourself comfortable so that your central axis is aligned and you don't have any hindrances in relation to your spine. If you're laying down, you'll find your mental matrix will release more easily, but you'll also be vulnerable to falling asleep. So you really want to be sensitive to that ability to maintain a high level of concentration and perform the exercises that you're working on. You'll find that if you find your own initial posture, then you tune the posture to life force. The way you stretch the posture out makes the body more radiant. So those of you who've done building the ball exercise will self-regulate your posture to be more radiant. You'll radiate more power, more vitality, more energy, and you'll find an ease with which to do it. Simply by paying attention to energy and tuning your body to the energy. So this feeling of life force is just a feeling, but it increases when you relax, hang the muscles, open the joints and stretch gently. Now you're at that next level of tuning your meditation posture. Do you need to cross your legs and sit like a yogi? Well, if you've done the work to be able to do that, great. If you haven't done the work to do that, not so great. You really want to be in a place of comfort all the time and move your body towards an optimal place that fits your practice style, the doctrine that you're practicing and learning, and utilize the laws of rhythm to get you there. Being in a state of pain and suffering is incorrect. You're wasting a lot of time where you could actually be practicing. Now, there is a threshold of releasing on pain in the body to master a posture, but you need to have an awareness of vital energy. You need to have an awareness of the first transformation so you can relax from a painful state into a relaxed state in that posture. And that's a training exercise unto itself. It needs to be broken down metaphysically, properly defined, so you can optimize how you do it and how quickly you get results. That's a different topic. Now, when we look at the next stage from tuning the body to life force to be radiant in the posture that you're working in, and these could all be yoga postures, it's fully up to you, then we slow the energy down, first transformation. And the posture is going to change slightly when you move into the first transformation. The 4-cycle breath, the tuning the breath exercises, releasing time into the astral, these will take you into a different posture. There's a different fascia tension in your body, and the life force is animating the mind differently. The life force is now animating the astral body, which is supporting the mind. And here, there's unconscious patterns or characteristics, personality traits, which are radiating through what you're doing and the outcomes of what those postures are for. So you're forming a meditation personality which supports the meditation practice when you start the first transformation process. So every time you sit in that posture, you automatically go into an unconscious state of continuing to master and express that exercise from where you left off. So it's a continuity of practice when you release time, slow the breath down, slow the energy down in the posture. The posture remembers the skills is performed in that posture, and you can continue. Now, when we look at walking practices, The mental astral matrix bind a little bit more. They become more magnetic to keep balance while you're walking. So if you're doing a vital breathing exercise, for instance, as you vital breathe, you'll notice while you walk, there's a slight increase of the magnetic phase of vital energy. Vital is electromagnetic. Now, an exercise like the building the ball Qigong, where you experience and feel vital energy and you can cultivate it as just a basic fundamental foundation for spiritual training, you can change your body mechanics from electric state to magnetic state to differentiate the difference between the two. As you get used to differentiating the difference between the two, now you'll notice that when you're walking or out of balance, and more so when you're out of balance, the magnetic energy will get stronger. So simply swaying, for instance, while vital breathing, you'll notice an increase in magnetic fluid to pull you back into center. It becomes kind of obvious once you become sensitive to these energies. If you're not in resonance with them, you won't notice them. So the law of resonance is very important for any form of spiritual work. So if you, let's say you take a simple concept in Buddhism like nibbana is the release of attachment, aversion, delusion. Attachment is magnetic, aversion is electric, it's a repelling force. Delusion happens when these two reinforce a stickiness between the mind, the ego and the body, as in studying and reinforcing view. And then when you demagnetize that, the delusion falls away. When you don't let the mind rest on a belief structure and you have no view, the mind is liberated and freed up. So inside of this electric and magnetic, once you're sensitive to them, you'll see them everywhere. You'll be in a, let's say, a Taoist temple, and the statue's leaning forward, and you mentally project into it, and it has an amplified magnetism inside of it. Or you connect to Kuan Yin, and you feel a magnetic love quality, like a nurturing quality inside that field. And then as you continue this process further and further, you'll start to find that these qualities of electric and magnetic are everywhere. They're essentially manifesting through the ideas or patterns underlying them in your space. So your postures now will start to align through magnetic types of postures, electric type of postures, and then air and earth as well, and you frame them through the elements. And then there's postures which are appropriate for akasha work, and these are the most relaxed and much more dead fish, unless you're materializing energy out of the akasha into the vital astral elemental. You'll tune the body accordingly. Now, if a person's posture is vital, they can't keep their mind cleanly in the astral unless they're highly trained. They can't keep their mind in the mental unless they're highly trained, and they can't keep the mind in the akasha unless they're highly trained. So most people, you look at their posture, feel what it's doing, and you know where they're at. You know what frequency they're on and what they're doing. It presents and reveals itself. So this basic piece of information, you can get a sense of what a practice, what level it's vibrating at and working at, simply by the posture of the person and the stretch in their body when you look at them do the practice. Okay, so if you have any questions about posture and the elemental postures and the way you stretch the body and so forth, I've covered all that on the Vimeo course, but if you want a bit more feedback on it, I can do a few more videos on YouTube for you. Thanks for your time. See you on the next video.